So let me get the first thing out of the way. Originally, I had planned to skip both the first figure drawing course as well as the first anatomy course, the one that deals about the head, simply because I've done those assigned things before, even before knowing about this curriculum in my own time. But with how I've been using this curriculum, I'm realizing how helpful of a tool it is to focus on improving in a field in a limited amount of time, or in enough time to get something out of it. So instead of getting rid of a unit, I'm going to instead try and incorporate that unit to fit more with my schedule and what I want to improve with and how. Instead of focusing on the assigned curriculum, which I've already done before, I changed it to fit more with what I think I need to improve on, and made basically my own curriculum from it. How I approached it was, first off, I've already paid for a full year subscription to what's called ARTWOD, which is an online school, way before I found out about this curriculum. And I wasn't really using it. But ARTWOD also has a course on anatomy, a small one at that, but I'm going to use that as the base to start learning these things. So that's my main course. I followed that up with some videos that I knew I need to watch over. The main things I want to focus on are hair and the skull, as well as just like the muscles of the neck in general. And I tailored my challenges around that to try and just get a lot of mileage out. I don't know if this is too much for me. It's kind of the point to find out, basically. And either way, even if I can't do everything, at least I did a lot of progress towards that goal. In terms of the figure drawing, however, I don't plan to bring that one back. What I do plan to do, though, is add gesture drawing as a daily. I'm aiming for 4 to 5 days a week of like 30-minute practice in my sketchbook, just for fun, just to try and get into the habit of drawing people and always be thinking about like how the muscles that I'm learning can be applied to what I'm drawing. This is kind of like a trial thing, just to see how this could work, because I'm also toying around with the idea of making my own units completely based on a subject that I'm just curious in later down the line. But for now, I'm just going to worry about making sure I know how to draw a head. And going off that, let's see how I did in week 1. This first week was first done with iterative drawings. I went back and watched Sycra's video on iterative drawings and picked one photo that I just drew over and over again, trying to hide the reference and trying to just remember it and go off of like, okay, this one looks bad, this one looks good, let me try and recreate what looks good about the second one and build off that each time. I don't know if I did the best job, but I did enough that I felt like comfortable with what I'm doing. I plan to do this specific thing each week, picking a different model each time. On top of that, I started drawing heads from different angles, realized that going off different models, I wasn't going to find all the angles I wanted, for one. 2, the details of the face were kind of distracting me from what I was trying to get out of it, which is just drawing the head from different angles. So instead, I switched to Loomis heads. I don't always love using the Loomis head because I feel like it's a bit restrictive in what you can do with it all the time, but just for the purposes of deciding the angle of the face, I found it pretty helpful just to put it in, drop a nose usually, and see how it worked, or if it worked at all. And then besides all of that, I also just drew a lot of faces. Most of the references I got were from Pinterest or my own pure ref boards, but I also found this website called Earth's World, which is extremely helpful to find people that just look like regular people, not just models off Instagram. It helped me find more fun shapes to draw, as well as just different variations of people to draw as well, which I think is something that's pretty important if I want to get good variety in my faces. Overall, this week hasn't been that hard so far. I think the worst part was the iterative drawings, which I did first, because I found it very annoying to have to go back each time and peek at the reference. It felt like cheating, even though I know that's not what it is. I feel like I have a bad memory for this sort of thing, but that being said, pushing myself to do it will hopefully help me improve on that skill, and my retention time at least. But yeah, going into week 2, I plan to start working on skull and the neck muscles, so wish me luck. Have a good day.